Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I've done another update. That's just because I've been pretty busy and I haven't found the time to record a video. But here I've got like another 5 to show, but I've actually gotten like way more than that. So I'll probably just do another update like really soon after this one. First things first, I'll start with Boards of Canada in a Beautiful Place Out in the Country. It's definitely my favorite BOC EP. It's got Amber Bishop Rodden on it, which is probably one of my favorite, like probably top 10 Boards of Canada songs. And yeah, overall it serves as like a pretty good bridge between Music Has the Right to Children and Gio Gotti. And yeah, if you haven't checked it out, I would definitely do so. It's pretty good. Next up, I've got Spires Burn EP by Elder. I actually picked this up when I saw them live during November. And it serves as a pretty good reminder of the permanent tinnitus that I got from like basically being right next to the speaker the entire time. But yeah, other than that, it was a good show. Although I did literally miss like most of Elder because I thought that like there would be an opener, but there wasn't even an opener. So I missed like a lot of Elder actually. So I only saw like Palbera really. But overall, it was a good gig. And yeah, this was like I didn't even realize, but it came on Powerful, which is pretty dope. So yeah. Yeah, it's a good Elder EP, probably somewhere like kind of adjacent off of the sound of like Dead Roots Stirring, I think that's what it's called anyway. But yeah, it's a good stoner metal record. I would definitely check it out if you haven't already. Next record I've got here is Dark Life by Death's Dynamic Shroud. I actually picked this up at a gig as well, and that was me seeing Death's Dynamic Shroud and George Clanton and then like Negi Kemi. And again, with this one, I literally missed the entire Death's Dynamic Shroud set because there was like a bunch of strikes on the day, like TFL strikes, because it was in London, and like yeah, I literally missed that like whole performance. But then I went up to them like as soon as I got there because they were at the merch like part of the venue, and yeah, I literally I told them I was so gutted that like I didn't see them, and I mean hopefully they said they'll come back, but yeah. Either way, I was like, because I talked to them, I felt like I had to get Dark Life, even though like I thought Dark Life was just fine and I probably wouldn't have bought it otherwise. I probably, if it was my choice and I didn't have that bias just because I talked to them, I probably would have bought like a George Clanton record like Slide or something. But still, I really like this record, and I think it's on like White or something. Yeah, it's on like White, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's a good Death's Dynamic Shroud record. It's just not like my favorite. It's also got a pretty cool like sleeve inside it as well. Just some artwork, probably made by Keith, because I've seen him do some like he has a YouTube channel actually. He does like live streams of him just like making music or doing artwork. So yeah, pretty cool little booklet inside there. Next up, something that I had been waiting for like literally ages was 2814's. What even is this record called? Oh yeah, Birth of the New Day. There it is. It says there. This is like one of the sickest, probably like a classic, pretty big staple of the vaporwave genre, or kind of like some people call it vapor punk or whatever. Because it's not. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I don't think it's too sample based. But yeah, it's like a collab between Hong Kong Express and Telepath, I think. And yeah, it's just, I think most people would have heard it by this point. Really cool like album cover as well. And yeah, so HKE was actually the guy who like repressed this, and he had like a whole Twitter like trolling manic phase like a year ago or whatever, and he just said that he would re-release it. And then he also like had this joke because he kind of doesn't really give a shit about his fans, but like he thinks they're a bit stupid. But I mean, whatever, he can think what he wants anyway. But he like released it on like purple as usual because the last pressing he did was on purple, but also he did it on brown because there was this like, I don't know if this, you can't really see it, but yeah, he did it on brown because like he had this joke that like that it was like otter fur brown, like but it's literally just the color of shit. Yeah, it's not exactly the most like visually appealing record, but I mean, I just wanted to get it by virtue of the fact that he literally released it just to troll his like Twitter audience. And yeah, I think it's pretty funny. It's not actually that funny, but yeah, at least I've got a limited edition, like even more limited edition version of this album. So it's pretty cool. And to finish things off, we've got Silent Hill 2 soundtrack. I've really wanted to get my hands on this for a long time. I didn't actually know they were going to repress it, but I guess with the announcement of like the Silent Hill 2 remake, they just said, fuck it, we're going to just roll out the merch for it. Yeah, I think I wish the cover was like, there's alternate covers to this, and this is probably like one of the worst versions of it in my opinion, so is what it is. I'm still happy that I got Silent Hill on record. It's dope. It's probably one of my favorite albums of all time. It's kind of like a trip hop kind of ambient soft rock blend of the early 2000s in a kind of Silent Hill-ish way, which doesn't really make sense unless you play the game. But yeah, it's definitely stands the test of time. It is very good, and I'm very pleased that I've gotten it. It's on silver. I think it's just on silver pressing. So yeah. So that about does it for this episode. Like I said, I've got like still probably way more, enough to do another one like straight away, but I'm just going to split it up just because it's actually more cost efficient. Like, I know the whole point of this update is kind of like how much I've gotten since the last update, but I just can't afford like all of this stuff. So, you know, it's expensive, even though this is something I do anyway, regardless of the fact that I record myself talking about them like bluntly. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this one. I'll probably be back with another episode maybe in the next 2 months or so. And yeah, bye.